All right, let's talk about a tool that can seriously change how you work online. I mean, if you are just sick and tired of juggling a million browsers and endless logins, then you are in exactly the right place. We are about to unlock your browser's superpower with the guide to the absolute best proxy browsers for 2025.
So, does any of this sound familiar? Maybe you're a marketer trying to manage a dozen different client ad accounts. Or you're an e-commerce seller with multiple storefronts. Or, hey, maybe you're a tester who needs to see a website from Berlin one minute and then Tokyo the next. It is a constant, super frustrating shuffle. And you know what? It's holding you back. And that's exactly why the right tool really does feel like a superpower. Look, it's not just about taming the chaos, right? It's about gaining a real strategic advantage, completely transforming your workflow and finally taking back control over your digital identity and your security.
So how does all this stuff actually work? Before we can pick the right tool, we've got to know what we're working with. You see, the term proxy browser, it's kind of an umbrella term. It actually covers a few distinct categories, and each one is built for a very specific job.
Okay, so at its most basic level, what is a proxy browser? Well, it's any browser that sends your traffic through an intermediary server, that's the proxy, to hide your real IP address. But, and this is just as important, it's also designed to keep all of your browsing sessions completely separate from each other.
Okay, so let's dive into the first big category, the anti-detect browser. Now, this is the go-to for anyone who's managing a bunch of accounts on the same platform. What it does is create totally separate browser profiles. Think of each one having its own unique digital fingerprint, its own cookies, its own cache, the whole shebang. This makes it look like every single account is being accessed from a different computer, which, as you can imagine, is absolutely essential for avoiding those dreaded bans.
And then on the other side of the coin, you've got the cloud browser, or what's sometimes called a remote browser isolation browser. This one is all about security. Instead of a website loading directly on your computer, this browser runs it on a secure server somewhere far away, and then just streams a safe, clean visual feed to you, kind of like watching a movie. And what that means is no malicious code ever touches your machine.
Okay, so now that we know the what, it's time to get to the who. We've dug deep into the current landscape to find the absolute best tools for solving these problems. So, this is it, the 2025 Power List, designed to help you find the perfect fit for your team and find it fast. After looking at everything, session isolation, proxy support, security, team features, there is one really clear leader for most professional jobs out there. Our number one pick for 2025 is the Sendwin Cloud Browser. So what makes Sendwin stand out so much? Let's break it down. First off, it's all in the cloud. That means zero installation needed, which is awesome. And it's built from the ground up to let you assign a totally different proxy to every single tab. For teams, this is huge. You can share a browser session without ever having to share a password. But honestly, the real game changer is the security. See that last point? True isolation? That little detail, no shared storage, means one open tab literally cannot spy on another one. That, right there, is a massive leap forward for security. Okay, so let's put this into context. This table really helps you see the whole picture. You've got your traditional anti-detect browsers, like multi-login and go-login. And notice, they manage proxies per profile. Then you have your hardcore security tools like Puffin. And right in the middle, Sendwin carves out this unique space as a cloud multi-login tool, handling proxies per tab. That gives you this incredible granular flexibility.
All this information is great, but it all comes down to the most important question, right? Which browser is the right one for you? So here's a simple little playbook to match the right tool to your specific job.
Okay, so if you're a marketer or an e-commerce seller, your bread and butter is managing tons of logins without getting flagged. For you, an anti-detect browser or a cloud multi-login tool like Sendwin is going to be perfect. But if you're a security researcher and you're diving into some potentially nasty websites, your number one priority is protecting your own machine. In that case, a true cloud isolation browser is the clear winner, no question.
And what about some other, more specific goals? Let's say what you need is the highest possible level of personal anonymity, and you don't mind sacrificing a little speed for it. Well, then the free and open-source Tor browser is still the gold standard. On the other hand, for a large company that needs to lock down security for every single employee, a dedicated enterprise browser is absolutely the way to go.
Look, picking the right tool is half the battle, but using it effectively and safely, that's what really makes the difference. So let's talk about how to turn your setup into a totally bulletproof workflow with a few essential best practices.
Just think of these as 5 simple rules to keep you safe and effective. Rule 1. Isolate everything. Give each account its very own proxy. Never, ever cross the streams. 2. Look for strong, documented encryption. Make sure they're serious about it. 3. If a site seems even a little bit sketchy, use a cloud browser to keep that thing far, far away from your computer. 4. Be smart about your digital location. Hopping an account from a New York IP to a Tokyo IP in 5 minutes? That is a massive red flag. And finally, number 5. Remember to use these tools responsibly. Always respect a platform's terms of service.
You know, this all boils down to one really crucial point. We need to stop thinking about these tools as being just for anonymity. For professionals, a proxy browser is an incredibly powerful instrument for productivity, for security, and for control. It helps you manage complexity, it helps you collaborate safely with your team, and it lets you operate globally all from a single screen. So I'll leave you with this one question to think about. Take a hard look at how you work today. Is your standard browser an asset, a tool that's really helping you get things done efficiently and securely? Or is it a liability, a weak link, a source of wasted time, and a potential risk to your accounts and your data? The choice is yours.